inquisitional rosette to Alcivi. He was convinced that you were the real Inquisition, and looking over the beautiful hills of Solklippen, you would have seen the valleys and the forests that Alexio, his long distant relative, traversed through, and where he lived. Their tribe have kept his secret for centuries until you arrived. There is also another group venturing around the forests. They're the remnants of the rogue trader group belonging to Galanus. The duo that you have now captured. As you walk around, you will occasionally see little campsites, little signs that they were here, tents that have been left behind, bedrolls, and the forests are dense and exotic and unnatural. As you move towards the city, you will notice that the group that you just ran into have left a bunch of campsites. There must be more of them, but you have now dispatched 4 of them, and 1 or 2 escaped. You don't know where they ran to, you don't know who they are, but they've run too far away now to hunt them down. As you gather your resources, pick up your gear, whatever you may have lost, and the data predator, you will look down on your steed, breathing heavily. You can see the condensation from his nostrils, creating a puff of smoke. It is tired after running so fast, and you can just and it actually fills the entire air. This dense, thick, jungle-like air with smoke. And you're all standing in this stench of the animal as you look at the bodies, pick them up, gather whatever you can from them, and venture forth. That's where we can begin. In the midst of the forest, rain has broken out, and you can now hear the slow dripping of water. As you look around, you will find little lizards, little creatures crawling around all around you, little speckles of light scattered through the leaves above you, and you can hear a river somewhere in the distance. Data Predator, what are you doing? And you can introduce yourself.
Mathaisha, a data predator of the Mechanicum, is taking care of his now tired animal of his steed. He's originating from a feudal world, something that has been quite painfully apparent as of late, as this type of environment seems to be to his liking. He's quite adept at overcoming many of the natural challenges and phenomena taking place, as well as the mishmash of his old, deformed, technological infused form being capable of superseding nature, while as well being part one with it, is quite confusing, if not terrifying. Taking care of the steed, you can see his chameleon-like cloak taking the appearance of that of a cloak coming from the priesthood of Mars, with predominantly dyed with embroidery of white cards and skulls. On his hips you can see a plethora of instruments that are meant to deliver either pain or death. His face, the mishmash of bone, synth muscle, pipes, tubes and steel. taking care of the beast, making sure it is able to relieve some of its cargo, one of it being a live captured victim of the previous attack. He lets the creature rest on the ground, but not for long. That's
Awesome. Next, Rick. Richard. Where are you right now, Richard?
Well, Rickard is currently bent over. His scars across his face are, well, seeping. His hair has been burnt away. As he picks up his cap, puts it down, and you can see that he is physically close to death. It is, with every step that he actually makes, you can actually see little drop of blood is dropped down. But that he still stands up, pulls his great coat across him, across his carapace armor, says, "So, what next?"
As this is said, Siegfried will come out of the surrounding darkness, draped in the astute refinement of his House Brabazon robes, with his purple cape billowing slightly behind him, slowly becoming wet from the light rainfall, sticking to his all-black light carapace armor. He looks at the others with his purple bandana embezzled with the sigil of House Brabazon that covers both of his eyes, including his third eye. Look to the others as he waves his thunder hammer unpowered towards one of the faces of the recently dispatched assailants, tilting it from side to side. Data Predator, what do you make of this? I know these are not locals, but are these of the rogue traders we have dispatched? Are these their ilk, or are these one of the other navigator houses? What do you make of this?
Rick. Anything particular about you today? You're muted, Ola.
Rick walking back to the group covered in bullet wounds that he's slowly picking out as he's just kind of dragging the servitor over. Walking very confidently as he's just lugging it around. It just stops before the group. Well, from the Imperium at least. Servitor right there, so has to be somebody that has the authority to have one of those, which that doesn't narrow it down that much, I realize.
It does not. Data Predator, do you have anything that could discern the allegiance of these men? If they do happen to be with the rogue traders, they no longer need to do what they're doing.
At that moment you can hear some branches crack and you can see an animal, bipedal animal, run through the forests, frightened by you. Realizing that you're in a little bit of a decline in the valley, you look up and this is a perfect place to ambush you. You have recently made a lot of noise and your instincts tell you to get away. You're in an exposed position.
We must make immediate strides. We just engaged the enemies and I doubt their reinforcements would be far. To my shame, I was not able to fell all of the attackers. I could sense their fear as they were cowering behind the bushes. They escaped my vision.
I see. Well then, let us not tarry here and head towards, well, I guess the stronghold that the local inhabitants have set up.
We should warn them either way. We've seen them them being so close to the stronghold means that they're preparing an attack. We've also seen it in their journals as they are planning to do so. Their search has proven fruitless.
I see. Well, then that is most fortunate for us, for we now know where we need to head to.
I will then proceed to rouse the beast, put the captured prisoner on top of it, as I withdraw most of my equipment.
Oh,
from
you
its
have
shelters.
massacred these rogue traders.
Did I kill him?
Yeah.
Didn't like it being manipulated while moving at breakneck speed. They break so easily as I discard the corpse.
So if
They
you want to
do.
capture someone, break their legs and just let them crawl. They're not going to get far.
Right now you're
Running,
standing there.
dragging them up.
All of your armor is shiny. There's water running down your clothes. Whatever leather you are wearing will be glistening. There's a dim bluish light. And you can hear the distant noise of little animals creaking in the horizon. You can also hear branches breaking, ever conscious of who's walking through the forest.
Rick would start walking forward. We can talk while we walk. We can't stay here. This is very easy to get sniped. I'm not going to lie.
Indeed, and the environment is quite perfect for us to withdraw while leaving minimal marks. The mud will fall back onto itself. The fauna seems to have gone rampant, so we can move to our leisure.
Someone roll a random event dice.
I roll it. 1d100, right?
Oh, we
Nice.
Never mind.
19.
I forgot
19.
it. 19.
Nice save. You will begin walking through the forest. Your feet sink into the swamp. The water is beginning to fill the ground. As you look up, you will see dark grey skies above. There's a slight wind rustling through the trees, and you can hear the leaves rustling. Occasionally, some fruits that are inedible will fall down. Whatever seasons they have, the nature here seems to be very alive. You can occasionally see colorful animals jump through the forests. No doubt the locals have enough food to hunt for. As you continue walking, you will find the road, and a rush of relief flow through you as you remember that your ship is right on the other end of the city. You begin walking through, and where exactly do you want to go? Straight to the mine?
Now we must enter the city and then notify the residents of what's happening.
As you enter, you will see these huge ruins of a once great city. Looks like it has been bombarded and razed several times. As you walk inside, you see Hapichi there, standing with his group of warriors. They have long-range weapons, modern weapons that you would find in Charney. They also have melee weapons, daggers, spears. They look like their only job in the tribe is to fight. Among the hundreds of tribesmen and children and women, some are getting ready to board your ship, some have already boarded. They may have had assistance from the servitors to give them Medicaid assistance. And Apichi will immediately greet you with an open palm. As you approach, he will begin to jog towards you. You see a stern and focused man with a firm grip on his weapon. He lowers it as he approaches you.
Well met, brother. We have
Well met.
dispatched a few enemies while in the forest. We believe there are more. They have numerous campsites. We don't know if they intend to attack the ruins here or if they are making way to the cave. But with what warriors you have, I would get as many of the women and children to the ship as you can.
He will nod. Thank you. I knew they should not be trusted. I told them nothing.
Excellent. If you do happen to come across any of them, exterminate them with extreme prejudice.
He will take a step towards you and gesture towards your belt. They have weapons like yours. We couldn't hope to fight them. He looks slightly disappointed as he says,
You have the advantage of the home terrain, along with knowing this land better than them themselves. I am sure that you and your warriors will have stealth and surprise as an advantage. This should help you insurmountably. Though it may be best you didn't entangle with them.
on whose counsel is this decision made? Your Inquisitor?
Siegfried would smile as he says, just my own personal opinion.
I don't risk the lives of my men for an opinion.
Yes, but we will not be able to stay with you, and if they attack, I do believe you knowing the local terrain and stealth would be your best advantage to catch them unaware.
So, I should lay in ambush and attack them unprovoked. He looks to the rest of you to see if you agree.
I would then take the journal from one of the gems that I have in possession. I would present it to Alexio and say, "Can you read this?"
What journal is it?
The journal of one of the mercenaries, soldiers of the road trader, specifying how they tried to talk with the locals. They weren't very forthcoming. They tried searching every cave, but they
He will hold it and flip it around slowly. You can see he's sharpening his eyes and leaning down. His wet hair hang over his forehead, water dripping down his chin. This is your tongue. I do not speak it.
Well, allow me to explain. As I pull to the latest pages, this section here, they specify that they were unfruitful in their search. They are planning to take a more direct approach with negotiations. Whether or not you like it, conflict will come to you. Your only choice is whether to be prepared for it or not.
I've seen this before. If I kill one, two will come. If I kill 3, 4, there is no winning this.
You need not worry. We've already killed the head of the snake. Their leaders, one is in our custody and the other has been left dead at Charney. They shouldn't honestly be fighting us anymore with their leaders now dead, but we have not had a chance to speak with them before they abruptly attacked us.
The issue is whether or not we can convince them that our words are true. It's not far-fetched to believe that this could only be a tactic for us to attempt to disarm them.
Handing back the data slate dripping with rainwater. So, the snake is without a head. I will take your counsel.
The body will die as it withers. Every death will weaken them.
Do they seek the same as you?
They do.
They do.
He will nod see a slight shimmer in his dark brown eyes. He will look down and sheath his dagger. One last defense, and we will be free. He looks kind of somber as he goes over to you, reaches out a hand for an imperial gesture. Alexio was right about you.
We will take some time to rest, as the last leg of our journey will be quite extensive. And looking as he looks back, the data predator will look at Siegfried, which is halfway dead with exhaustion. Reinhardt, whose blood loss almost halfway convinced him that maybe he should be left behind. And Rick, who is just a beast and didn't slow down once during the journey, saying half of us will require some rest. In the meantime, while the others rest, I could counsel you in matters of strategy.
You're welcome to stay as long as you like. It will only strengthen our chances, should they decide to strike now. We should seek shelter.
Is there anywhere we could land our vessel within your walls, if they even have walls, or right mouth?
He will look over in the horizon with a reptilian response. No. There is no such place.
Unfortunate. Nevertheless, preparations must take place. We'll live with the ship as soon as we're ready. Until then, I shall counsel you to the best of my abilities.
Do a charm test. -10.
That I press.
Any of you.
Thank you. Richard, that's Euro.
I will assist.
There is no assistance.
It's a characteristic.
Unfortunate.
He's giving us all a chance.
No, just one of us.
Oh, just one. Okay, yeah, nah, not me then.
Oof, would you like an inspiration? Would you also like a faith point? To get a +10 on that?
No, I've got an inspiration. I'll use that.
Especially
Yes,
for 5.
5.
As you turn around to leave, he will look to you, Rickard. Wait. There is something we can do. I will tell my men to spend the night laying branches over your ship. We can disguise it.
So it suffice.
He will give a nod. Come.
Well then. But that's good.
He, as you walk with him, you can hear his tool buckle kind of rustle with metal and noises. He looks over to you, Rickard. I hope Alexio prepared you for what you may find. It should be no challenge to you, but It has been purposely hidden. You must search to find your ancestors' treasure. I could not tell you where it is.
My fate is half as good as any of us here. It's gonna be quite hard.
As you...
These point us in the direction.
Oh, you know the exact direction. I'll see who described it to you. Now, jumping out of the scene, what do you guys want to do?
Well, those who have suffered a lot of fatigue should most likely spend the time to either to just sleep, so they don't have the fatigue penalty anymore.
Just let me know what you guys do. If you want to do it in narrative form, that's even better.
We're just discussing out of character what we're planning to do, and then in character what's gonna happen.
Yeah, out of character, we gotta heal the fatigue and the wounds that you guys got, because you guys almost dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably head to the ship and sleep within the ship. That way, at least one of us is at the ship with the inhabitants in case they attack that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a medic, because I have enough fatigue that I'm not at half my stuff, so yeah.
Right after you got healed at some point, so you just have to sleep at this point.
Many points?
At 16. Ulu,
That's me 12.
I'm sorry, Ulu, 9 health points. I rolled shit. Sorry.
Doesn't be full, but still better than nothing.
10, yeah. Sorry, shit roll.
Oh, 10? 10? Ah,
Yeah.
Hey, that puts me at full. That's good.
While providing light medical support, Matthias is quite well regarding fatigue. He would spend time with the local leadership as well as their what passes for officers, trying to prepare them with tactics, possibly giving them a lesson about tactic imperialists that might be deployed and how it would be counter-played should they decide to assault. Should a rogue trader decide to forces decide to assault.
You're taken out of the city and into a little bit of a valley between two mountains. There's a river nearby, and suddenly an oasis opens up. You will see tents strung between trees. A rather large encampment has been made. Around 100 people gather around the water to drink and set up their own little workbenches to extract food from roots and leaves and berries. Occasionally there's you can see the pelt of a slaughtered animal. They have moved out of the city, only stationing their warriors there to defend. You're left with a tent with mostly women and children, where you sit around. Occasionally one of them will pick at your weapons, pull your clothes, start laughing and run away. You have these little rascals running around, picking at you, and occasionally someone will drop by with a basket of some food, drop it between you with a smile. They seem content even though they are suffering. Many of them have heavy mutations, and you have no doubt that a more strict view among the Imperium would have given them a terrible fate.
Thinking as such, Matthias is a bit disgruntled with the lack of discipline that has been imposed by the imperial representatives. However, Matthias will also take his beast and give it back to the beastmaster, as it has been leased upon the read time. As well.
What more do you want to do?
Could I give them a quick run of Tertita Imperialis?
So, you want to spend the night doing downtime. Let's just list what you guys do one by one. Tavi, you want to train them in tactics. What do the rest of you want to do?
Siegfried will be returning to the ship to get some much needed rest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, firstly, Rickard would like to speak to help, what do you call it, in training the people.
And Rick?
Rick will just he'll take a nap.
Sounds good. Why don't you take it in the ship? It'll give you a bonus to healing. Probably good. I'm gonna say you, Rick and Siegfried, you go back to the ship. You will find the medical bay, medical servitors, and you will heal whatever ailments you have. Teddy Predator, Rickard, you decide to stay with the tribe. Wet, your uniform dripping with water. You occasionally rub the front of your face, noticing that the water has a different effect on you than the water at home. It dries the skin. You begin to flake off little pieces of the skin. You are not adapted to the environment, and you feel tired, sapped of energy. But you continue pushing through the night, drawing, putting up boards where you draw tactical formations and strategies and exactly how their weapons work. Long range, someone who draws attention. They have snipers. If they hear a sudden gunshot, it's probably someone in the distance. Go and look for them and so on. As you spend the night doing this, both of you can run a tactical imperialis test. Due to the language barrier, I'm gonna give you a linguistics test first. You can choose whatever you want to translate from. Low Gothic, High Gothic, doesn't matter.
Technolingua.
Yeah, sure. This just tests your understanding of language and your ability to turn verbal into non-verbal. So go ahead.
What about infused knowledge, maybe?
Nope.
It's just language. If you are doing low Gothic, you just have to roll flat intelligence. Would Lips of the Death give me any bonuses in this situation?
Success with...
Sure, you get a plus 10.
Oof, I'm gonna run inspiration that. Oh, nice.
Sick. 11 degrees of success. You can lay out, just describe to me the most fortunate possible way this can play out. What do you tell them?
So, due to them having the range advantage, hiding behind walls, they also have ordnances. Hiding behind walls, it's just not gonna be effective. Many of them possess, at least from what we have noticed, possess either plasma, melta, even hot shot. Whatever primitive cover they have, such as wood, rock, or mud walls, these weapons will just cut through them like at a safe range without any issue. Their best chance of success is guerrilla warfare. Strike fast, using stealth, traps, and anything their knowledge of the land, everything, all the dirty tricks, spider traps such as small digs in the earth where a person would lie still and would cover the hole with foliage. Once they hear movement or gunshots, they would emerge and quietly kill a scouting party member or simultaneously overwhelm them with sheer numbers. They do possess the knowledge of the land and most likely the numbers advantage. Technologically, not so much. Ranged weapons are not favorable due to some of them having force fields. That's why basically ripping them apart, or grappling them and ripping them apart is the best way of moving forward.
One of the elders at that point will land, stand up from a lotus position. They have weapons of thunder. They can break a tree. We should not get too close. Challenging what you just said.
The distance matters not. The further away you are, the easier time they will possess to shoot at you with said weapons. The idea of this tactic is giving them as little possible time and opportunities to shoot with such weapons at your forces. You cannot compete with their firepower, but you can compete with their strength. They did not live in such harsh lands as you.
As you say that, one of the warriors, wearing a leather vest with bulging muscles, glistening in the fire of a nearby brazier, will step forward, and you can see him sharpening his gaze as he looks at you with determination. So, they are weaker than us.
Can I recall if they had armor while fighting them in the jungle?
Yeah, I did.
I also attract attention to the fact that they most likely wear their armor while traversing the difficult terrain of the jungle. They will be fatigued. They will attempt to recuperate their strength before leading an assault. If we can make a raiding party and cut down as many of them as possible before retreating with minimal forces, or if not, win a decisive victory then and there, that would be applicable.
The warrior with his glistening dark bronze skin will look across from you, sitting down and explaining this to a group of warriors standing in the opening of the tent. Do you hear that? Attack them. Have no fear. Do not stop. The man will look to you, surprised at this.
He will emphasize of the need of course to take caution, make themselves unseen before the last moment to fell them, as the more time they spend fighting, the more the battle will turn against them.
Excellent. If it happens off screen, I'm going to give them a huge advantage. If it happens during your combat, then it will play out just like that.
So
Okay,
remember,
night is over. Richard and Brad, Siegfried, you're back to full health.
remember, if you're fighting them in trees, do not worry about climbing those trees and dropping grenades on them. Sadly, many people don't look up.
pass the night, you will sleep, listening to the dripping water outside and the rustling of the distant river. A peace and tranquility rushes over you, in stark contrast to the battle from yesterday. During the night you can still hear the gunfire and the crack of the last guns. As you wake up, you're dried, your clothes and armor has been hanging over the fireplace, now completely dry and even a little bit warm. The people come over and hand you your clothes as if it was a ritual. One by one your armor is laid out on the bed, and you put them on in front of everyone. They do not seem to have a problem with nudity. As you slowly get dressed, you will wander out and meet Siegfried. What do you do? It is now the next day. The rain has stopped, and you're standing in the middle of the city, looking around at the ruins. You can see some of the inhabitants standing around you.
I would like to find a quiet place where only the party members return.
It's yours in. Go ahead.
Moving to what seems after children giving a lot of bother to Matthias, one child will quite timid go to Matthias, pull out some brown edible thing towards Matthias and ask him in this broken low Gothic language, asking him whether he wants some candy. Matthias's unchangeable face just looks at him as he runs off, and as he tells his mother, "Look, Mom, I talked to the metal man," and as he turns, he just vanishes from. He's just no longer there in the street. As the camera pans over to a back alley where all the acolytes meet to talk over probably a barrel that they would use to lean over, or the walls of stone they would.
No barrels, but you will find an old well that has dried up that you're standing around.
Matthias will say, "Gentlemen, we must proceed forward. The question is how. Should we use the ship? This will certainly give the attention of the local rogue trader forces, diverting their attention from the city to us. However, we cannot allow the ship to remain here should the city be attacked.
I feel we need to take a circular route and take as many of these people to safety as possible.
We can do that after we've recovered the treasure. We need to take the ship and use its advanced aspects to try and discern where this cave is. I think that might yield us better results.
Should we spend more time, as Reinhardt says, to elude our path towards our objective? Possibly use the ship's engines to loudly roar in a random direction while using the gliding capabilities of the lander to silently approach the location.
That sounds very prudent.
Yes, but if I had a Mars pattern lander, it would be much more favorable. As advanced this ship is, its motive system is finicky.
So do you think it might be better to move on foot?
No, The ship must be taken.
I concur.
The question is whether we'd bother with if we go directly to our objective, it could impose a time limit.
You will see the villagers dragging huge branches, building this little scaffolding almost around your ship, putting branches on top of it. They're very busy with it, and after a little while, you will see that it's nearly entirely covered. It will be impossible to distinguish from the surroundings unless you get really close.
On the other side, we do possess the rough location, actually the accurate location where the mine is, and we do have auspex with us.
Yes, as Siegfried pulls out a very clunky-looking machine and holds it up and kind of waves it.
So, on foot would be quite easier, will be a lot stealthier without attracting attention to us. The issue is, as Matthias looks towards Siegfried. Last time we went that way, you weren't very well in your waters, let's say.
Alright guys, where do you want to go?
I
Or you're
think
still
that
okay.
the geography of this area just doesn't suit my temperament.
Nevertheless, we cannot allow the road trader forces to know where we're going. This can only assist us further leaving the ship here. You will have to deal with it.
Well, what do you say we put, that he puts pouch of crowns on top of the, what do you call it, the barrel? What do you say we put 40 shillings on the drum? Have some of the locals look after the ship.
They already volunteered their services. I doubt that they will allow, as well as their women and children inhabiting its bowels, to my obvious disgruntledness as I look towards Siegfried.
The second Askellon company. There's a nice ring to it.
Siegfried would give a little smirk as Data Predator Matthias gives him a harrowing look of disgust.
Nevertheless, they will have plenty of reasons why they would protect the ship on their own. So, I will once again go make strides and possibly giving you better commute. Siegfried, Rich, prepare the supplies needed for such an expedition. Reinhardt, I wish of you to bestow the importance of the safety of our ship.
So, stay behind.
No, just tell the locals that I better not see a scratch on the paint job.
Oh, can use my charm, I suppose.
I have most unfortunate news for you, Matthias, then. It seems that some of the little children have put crude etchings upon the ship.
You would see, Matthias, like, you know how a person just seems to walk with wider paces in a certain direction where they want to reach it fast as he approaches you? He takes these impossibly large steps as he approaches you and looks directly into your eyes as you see these glazed over eyes somehow looking like a new life has been breathed upon it as it tries its best to focus upon your visage. And Matthias, you see that you can hear the bending of steel as Matthias seems to contain himself, as he would just leave you and go towards the direction of the Beastmaster.
I
You
promise. They did it while I was sleeping. As you continue to walk away.
While walking, he says, "You all have your duties. Proceed to accomplish them." As you see, quite busy.
Also, you get an inspiration point.
Yeah, can I convince the Beastmaster to let me that creature one more time?
Do a yeah, they're not leaving anywhere anytime soon. Actually, you will just be given the creature and a little bag of treats and be off your way.
Also, the servo style I sent with a warning earlier, can I find it in the village?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll wrestle it away from one of the childs.
Yes. And where do you want to go?
Rick is gonna go into the village and look for supplies that will last and easily digestible for some people's weak stomachs. And that's just what he's gonna do: get supplies, rope, and tents.
Siegfried
The locals will.
instinctively-
The local women will immediately cover over the baskets as you try to grab from them. No, no, no. As you stand there, Rick, you begin to talk to the locals who rush over to the food storage. You can do a commerce test.
You got this, bro.
All right.
You got this.
Where the hell is commerce?
One of the more astute and sharp youths in the tribe will begin to point to pieces of gear on your armor, your backpack, tell you to open it like they're opening a lid, to look inside and gesture for you to trade with them. You don't know whether he's trying to climb the social hierarchy of the tribe or he actually needs these things, but
Oh, just
he wants something in exchange.
so close.
All right.
The rest of you can see Rick standing there and struggling.
Rick pulls out from the backpack a last pistol, sword, combat vest, regular Imperial Guard flak armor, grapple line, and a power pack.
Does anyone want to try to talk to the locals?
Rick offers the last pistol so he can take some supplies. That's
And Eckhart will actually walk up and go, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
they want something. This is all I got.
Not you, him.
You will see the
Yeah.
children and youths running around with Rick's gear. They haven't even understood that he wants to trade or what he wants to trade it against. Anyone who wants to attempt it can do a commerce test. You get a -10 for each cumulative attempt. You currently have a -10. For now, all they understand is these are playthings, and the kids are playing with them.
I really feel my character would cock his weapon.
You can see them pull up the Imperial Aquila. One of the kids drops it in a little pool of water, a little puddle, picks it up and then starts running with it, dragging it across the ground. Rickard, you can feel the chills coming from your spine and down into your legs as Imperial gear is dragged literally through the mud.
seconds. So as the little kid runs past Rickard, he's gonna slap him so that he falls down into the mud.
Do you want to do like a Hulk Hogan forearm smash, or?
I do something to try and stop him.
No, a backhand smash.
Damn.
Try and stop
Stockton
him?
slap.
And then he's going to pick up the sign of the Aquila. Go, oh, haven't your parents? Be grateful that is all you got.
Richard will walk over to the kid. There's mud everywhere. His coat is like up to the waist. It's just covered in mud. His boots are muddy. He'll walk up to the little kid, and as he's running, yay, running past Rickard, you can see him reach out his hand and with the backhand just slap the shit out of this kid as he literally spins, falls in the mud, and spins down a little hill. You knock him half unconscious. As he wakes up, he just sits in the puddle of mud and looks perplexed. And then he breaks out crying. You can see him just crying his eyes out. His mother is panicking. The whole tribe is panicking, running to him. Some of the elders look at you. You have a small group of people around you yelling at you. What do you do?
Calls up sign of the Aquila and say, this is the sign of the Aquila, the sign of the Emperor. It is not to be taken through the mud by old, middle-aged, young. It is sacred.
Just like on the mic right now, there's pin drop silence. Everyone is just dead quiet looking at you as you have this look of dead serious. Up until now, everyone was playing and having fun, and even the adults, the warriors, are just looking at you, wondering whether should we be angry about this or should we just understand what he just said. I want you to do an intimidate test.
Might take a couple seconds.
Some of the children are looking up at you, towering over them. You get instincts as if you're yelling at your platoon right now. You feel like you're back in the field and you're yelling to soldiers.
Oh no, you're rerolling. You're rerolling that.
Reroll that 100. Oh
I
my
don't
God.
care if you're using the faith point, you're rerolling that.
Yeah.
No, he rolled interrogation, not intimidate.
Nah, I don't
It don't matter, it don't matter.
It don't matter, it's still a net 100, man.
Reroll that shit, Richard.
8 points from the
Nice.
Oh, Jesus God.
As you yell out at them, what's the last sentence you say? That lingers in the air, sort of this aura of threat and horror. What's the last sentence, Richard?
As the wind actually sort of blows past and everyone is sort of sitting there looking at me, goes, this is the sign of the Emperor. This is the sign that will save your very souls. You do not take it through the mud. Or if you do, then you will answer to him.
A few commas there. Nice. You can hear the last words ringing through the forest. There. As the echo subsides, the people will begin to slowly look away, continue cooking meat, skinning an animal, weaving basket. The little kids, quiet, will turn to each other and tiptoe away, leaving the rest of your gear behind. You pick it up, dripping with mud and water, put it back in front of Rick. What is your reaction, Rick?
Hand it to me.
Rick just kind of picks up all the stuff, puts it in the bag, just looks at. Understandable, and then she walks away.
An old shaman will walk up to the Aquila that you're holding. He has some incense in his hand and a little gem that he's holding. He will mutter some prayers. Jala, Namaya. He walks up to the Imperial Aquila and will begin to hold the hand up to it. And as if he's feeling the energy, he will begin to pray in front of it. Shaking his hand, rustling some old bones from some animal. He apparently believes it is a holy relic.
So Rickard's going to go up to the holy man and say, I apologize for losing my temper. But it is a holy relic. Cannot be disgraced like that.
Inama. He will begin to mumble something you don't understand. Point to his chest. He has a bunch of jewels that seem to be made of. They symbolize something. A necklace. He points to the Aquila and points to his necklace. And you understand that he will attempt to replicate the shape of the Aquila and adopt it as one of their holy symbols.
At which point Rickard will make the sign of the Aquila and leave him be.
He will stand there a little while, nod and study it, ask you to bring it closer so you can look at it. And after a little while, the food is brought up, and you give it to them, Rick, and grab the food. Enough for, I will say, 2 days of travel. For all of you. What do you want to do? You're still standing there. You can see the villagers going about their business. Some looking through the river. Some kind of aquatic animals perhaps to eat. Everything seems to have gone back to normal. Apache is not there. He is somewhere in the city. Ruins.
Matthias has the time of his life after renegotiating the leasing contract on the beast. He is also not harassed by the children anymore. He knew that his patients will be blessed by the Omniscient, all as it should be. As he then would come in contact with everyone and ask, have we made all the necessary preparations?
I got us about 2 days worth of food for all of us from these people. And supplies and other stuff. Setting up camps. And climbing, if needed.
Okay. Make sure that from the ship you also have at least 3 charge packs for your environmental suit. It's gonna be hot out there, or cold, and we don't want to suffer any of the elements. Make sure you have a rebreather or a gas mask with enough filtration plugs or tubes.
Taking the suits this time. Why? It seemed fine last time. He just looks at the other two. Never mind.
One for each. Even if you're not planning on powering it on, it is better to have it and not need it. All the excess supplies shall be put on the beast. This will lighten our burden as we move through terrain.
Well, I shall go back and collect some supplies, rebreathers and whatnot for people who don't need them. Need them.
I presume everyone would take. Well, you would bring enough for everyone to have. These general supplies, quite abundant. After that, I think we're kind of ready. All of our backpacks would be on the beast as we would travel. We would best do with traveling as less burdened as possible. However, I do insist. Matthias will insist that as soon as any promotion starts, you immediately leave the beast of whatever weights you may have.
Alrighty, as you leave the town, the people will run after you, cheer. Some of them will give you lucky charms. You walk over to where the ship is. For a moment, you cannot see it at all. Then you see the mound of leaves and trees. They have really meant business with this. They have made it truly impossible to spot. As you walk past the ship, the thought strikes you that total safety awaits for you there, and you're going back into this horrible, wet environment. Anybody can roll a D100 random event.
I rolled the last one. Someone else gets it this time.
Baby, a 10.
Yes. Yes.
It's our lucky day, gents.
Sick.
That was me about the roll.
The clock's right twice, 2 times.
Well done. As you walk through the forest, imagine the most beautiful, clear, fantastic day. You walk out, there's a little bit of opening in the skies to whatever distant stars are out there. There's light coming through. There's this pleasant atmosphere. You look around, there are animals. Occasionally some kind of feline creature will be eating something. You walk over, it will even run over and let you pet it. You get the impression that this side of the forest is completely harmless. And then you stand in front of a river. There is a giant tree that has been laid out. It has been carried over to the other side of the river. There seems to be no other way to pass. What do you do?
Will the beast be able to traverse using the tree?
It's like 20 meters and the tree is on the other side of the river. 20 meters of water.
20 meters of water.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Matthias would then to everyone else. Ideas, gentlemen.
We put a line to carry the equipment over.
Indeed, the issue is us.
Maybe we should have Rick swim over, set up a grapnel line on the far shore to one of the trees, and then we can just kind of shimmy across the tightrope.
I would. Could I check the river? Does it have strong currents, or does it look particularly?
You walk over to it, the water is like mud, deep, brown, reddish colored. Some kind of mineral runs through it. It's unrecognizable to you. Looks bronzish. So you put your hand in the water. It's quite warm, and the current is strong. You would need some way to secure yourselves if you want to try to walk through the water, or you would be carried with it.
I would suggest that we have a line out across, hit a tree, and use that to transport the equipment and also to stabilize ourselves.
Indeed. This would be the best course of action. I possess in my equipment a stronger version of the standard Grapnel line. It's capable of sustaining 150 kilograms of force.
Oh, that sounds quite wonderful. Rick,
So,
it's
we
time
send
for you to
someone-
nature man this.
as we send someone first, they pick it up and we take it slow.
I do not believe that. We could also, if any of you are a marksman, we could hit a tree with a shrapnel line. If the hit is accurate, it will be able to carry us over, but I don't believe any of us are marksmen, are we?
Not a marksman, but I could certainly try.
Well, nothing is lost with trying, at least. Let's try the thing that wouldn't endanger our poor craftsman's life first. As he would hand you the shrapnel line and ask you to shoot a tree 20 meters away.
Ain't the best shot, but might as well try.
No, but I can't. I don't think.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was
yeah.
about to be like, I can't shoot.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yes.
As Reichard takes a prone stance and attempts to shoot, Matthias is there saying, "Are you sure you got the aim right? Can
Would
you
you
double
stop
check? You're gonna miss! You're gonna miss if you keep going like that! You didn't say your prayers! You're gonna miss!"
I missed because you disturbed me.
Do you not reroll that?
Oh, I've got no inspiration.
Okay, so you can see this is a grapnel line, right?
Yeah.
You can see the rope flying to the air. It will bounce off one of the rocks in the river and with a little splash lands in the water and immediately begins rushing down the river. Stress immediately grips you as you begin to jog down the river following it. You're trying to pull it back, not to get pulled down. And you can do a strength test, Rickard.
I'm gonna grab him if he is about to be pulled. Could I attempt to grapple him?
You can do that.
I drop it.
You drop it. Okay. You will see the grapnel line apparently having been gripped by a bundle of some leaves or some kind of mud or something underwater that has completely gripped it, who is not letting go. You pull and pull, but it doesn't help, and you see the rope begin to tighten more and more and more. At the end of the rope, you just feel there's no fucking chance. You let go, and you will see the grapnel fly into the water, and with a little anticlimactic plop, it is gone.
At which point he will whip round and go, "If you hadn't disturbed me and let me have a chance,
You're
then we would
supposed
have
to
actually
hit.
hit it."
You're supposed to hit the tree, not go fishing.
Inspiration point. You can go ahead and remove the grapnel line from your inventory.
Fuck. Well, we're gonna have to. He turns to as he looks at the device. There's no grapnel. There's no line. There's just the engine on the belt.
Yes. That's like swimming, Battleman.
He then turns towards the rig. We're gonna have to use your device instead. How good are you with swimming?
Well, if I die to a river, I die to a river. He just starts walking into it.
Data Predator makes the signs of the Mechanitron, giving him his blessings.
I thought I had
Famous
a...
death on my planet. And what that the roll to try and get
I removed it for you, Aaron. I removed it from your inventory.
No, it's mine. It's mine. I removed it, don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah, mine was better quality.
Okay, I'll add it here. You stand there, kind of defeated, looking down at the water trickling. It's a beautiful day, it's nice, you should be happy, but this feeling of being lost out here in the middle of nowhere, and you've lost one of the only grapnel lines you had. Not fun.
So, Rick decided to try the waters to do it manually. You
can see Rick
I have my own.
stepping into the water. The water will immediately go up to your boots and then your knees, and you can just feel it rushing around your knees, pushing you down, threatening to pull you under. If you go any further, you will begin to float down the river.
Oh, I can't even try to swim against the current? Damn.
Nah. No freaking chance.
Uh,
I mean, you could end up a few hundred meters down the river somewhere, but there's no guarantee.
Oh, so it's that strong.
Rick steps back and walks out. No, I could feel it. I'm gonna lose against that.
Plan B. As Matthias starts looking at trees. Approximately 20 meters long trees, if any are spotted.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Oh.
Plenty of huge trees.
Have a tree that is across the river, correct?
Yep.
Why not just walk across that?
Yep.
It's been pulled over to the other end of the river.
Where it's
Yeah.
gone.
The issue will be finding the tree in the right position as to not be as to reach the other side without falling into the river. I fear the terrain may be able to pull it downwards. Is such a tree conveniently placed on the riverbank?
No, you would have to pull it over.
Is it possible to pull it over without it just be yeeted by the river?
You would have to vault it somehow. As soon as you start to dip it into the water, it will just start to float down.
Yep. We have a way. We have a way to do this. Matthias says we will have to use the basic knowledge of motive force, but it is doable. All thanks to this, as it points to the beast.
Oh. This is a rather...
As you look at the beast, I want all of you to do an awareness test.
rather
You get a minus 20.
a rather radical idea. Did you send your servo skulls? See if there's potentially a ford.
Do you use a fate point, Data Predator?
No, I do the thing with awareness that I can reroll it with minus 10 for free.
Alright.
That's
In
really
insight or
good.
well,
You had a minus 30.
oh, minus 30. In that case, it would have been a minus 20, and now it would be a minus 30. Still a success. I had minus 20.
I've got a -2 then.
Go ahead, continue. Your roleplay.
You wish to scout
Okay.
ahead to see whether there's a more available paths.
Yes. Is it possible?
I don't possess any servoscans capable of transmitting picked feeds. I would have to go in that direction myself, or one was, and then come back and relay the information, or send it via box.
Then what is the point of server skills?
They're specified for a task.
You can actually see that what he called his Ricard's head is starting to get really quite sore.
A flock of birds will fly over you and creak, and the wind sort of brushes over your head. The fatigue from the acidic water kicks in, and you sort of rub your face in tiredness. You see that your hand has lots of gravel on it. You remind yourself you haven't bathed in forever, and you feel not the best, kind of groggy. All of you have as much fatigue as your armor bonus. Your highest level of armor.
Is it just our armor, or is it all the armor points from implants, from skills?
Everything. Armor divided by 2.
Divided by 2. Any bonuses from at home in armor?
No.
I just reminded myself that I removed my armor. I have no armor on me other than the implants and bonuses.
How about everybody else?
This is
Sorry,
the
it's armor.
Your highest armor value divided by 2.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine.
Fuck.
Yep, I'm at 7 fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm at 5.
I'm at
Fuck.
3.
Because it's the first fatigue I gain this session, I get to reduce it by 1.
It's not a gained. Well, okay. Let's run it that way. Sure.
So
Okay, I'm actually over my fatigue then.
you're not unconscious. Are you above your threshold?
Mhm.
You're not unconscious.
Yeah. You will begin to feel drowsy. You look up at the sky. The clouds are circling. The birds suddenly turn huge. Ah, there's this huge craw, and you feel it like piercing your brain. You look up, and suddenly there's like multicolored things. The trees start to echo. There's like a ghosting effect. You blink, and some water from your sweat goes into your eye. You just feel like you're boiling. As you look over to the river, you can hear this distant voice. You look over and you see Data Predator's face, this huge metallic thing with these cybernetic eyes popping out at you. Everything looks cartoonish and weird, and you feel yourself losing balance. What do you do?
Well, at that stage, he, after having been eaten up, quite literally, what he called them, the last fight, and still damaged, staggers, he hits a tree, just looks around where they're going, looks at the sky, and then just goes douche and heads to the ground.
Nice. You get an inspiration point.
That's not very productive now, is it?
As the commissar hits the ground, Rick just looks at him. Huh. First one to go down. You know, I thought it was going to be you as he points to Siegfried.
Same. Impressive. Very nice.
So should we
I am
return
highly
or do-
offended that you thought I was going to be the first one to pass out.
Well, you see, you are, what would they call you again? Three-eyed.
Are we just discussing things while he's laying unconscious in front of you?
Yep.
Yup.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
What, my man, you're fine. You're a commissar. You should be better than
You're
this.
supposed to be a warband.
We are a warband, but we're not
Rick
friends.
picks up commissar unconscious body. Well, should we go back to the ship? Because I think we should open.
Or at least a favorable opinion. We just toss him into the stream and just see how he fares.
That's... there's... If you just wanted to assassinate him, you could have just shot him by now. As
I think
a...
that's unfair. I think we should let fate decide if he lives or dies. Toss him
At
into
that
the
moment, you will hear the crack of gunfire. Everybody roll initiative.
Come on.
Oh god.
Actually, I have a human shield in the form of commissar because he's on my back.
A ray of light from across the river will fly into one of the trees. You see the tree sort of break in half. You look over the river. You can't see anything. What do you do? I'm gonna say it's your turn. I've taken my surprise round. I'm gonna take a round and shoot at you, Data Predator.
Got it.
I really have to one-up me like that, bro.
I was
Well,
just waiting for it. I was waiting for you guys to do something, get your ass in gear, and you were like
Yeah,
you're dropping shit in the water, falling unconscious. I mean, this is out of my control.
I was about to say we should go back. Then you said shot goes off. I was like, huh. Well, Rick's gonna go for cover with the nearest tree, and also dragging commissar on his back along with him. As he's running, he's like, "This is the second time we got ambushed here. What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like these guys saw your ship coming in and prepared. Roll initiative.
I actually can't roll initiative. I can't select my token.
Everybody gets 15 seconds. Quick rounds. Go, go, go.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll for my token because
No, click on it and then roll. Data Predator, go. 15 seconds.
Have Archer mount the beast, have Archer move with the beast behind the trees so I can add it shot if possible.
It winds as you drag it with stressful grip. Turns around and you begin to run.
Data Predator. All right. Rick
Turn.
picks up. Rick picks up commissar and starts running. I'm gonna take the sprint action and just run. This my turn. 68 meters away, because that's how far I can go. Yeah. Into the forest, and that's my turn.
Siegfried.
Siegfried will begin running after Data Predator Matthias after he mounts his beast and will hide in between the tree and Data Predator Matthias mounted on the beast. That's the end of my turn.
Rickard is with you. Alrighty.
Yep. Negative 40 because hard target. Wait, does it stack? If they're shooting, negative 40, I think. If it's stacked.
You hear another shot go off, then you run behind a tree. You look behind you, you can't see anything. What do you do?
Half action, turn my force field on, another half action, roll awareness to identify target.
You look around you, do you have any auspex, identifiers, binoculars?
Auspex, Sorvas roll.
Binoculars.
Oh, yep. No, I have cybernetic eye with the monocular thing.
Sick. You will turn around, your little eye will begin spinning. Bzz, bzz. Immediately extracts from your face. The rest of you will see Dead Predator's freaky eye turn around, literally go sideways out of his skull and then forward. Bzz, and you can see across the river. Awareness +10.
Success with 6 additional.
I was too close to the mic. Yeah, awareness +10. Sick. You see a guy with some kind of metal headband around his eyes, 2 yellow lights for his eyes. You spot an Imperial symbol and what looks like a sniper rifle, some kind of sniper weapon.
Across the river, individual marksman, possibly plain sense gear upon his vision. As that's my full action. I can do nothing more.
We go a full round, everybody has 1 round, go.
Keeps running and runs behind the biggest tree he can find and slaps Commissar down there. Looks around to see who's shooting.
Having pointed it out, you can all kind of see him.
Oh wait, I'm done.
10 more seconds and I'm ending your turn. 10, 9.
Get off base, half action, Medal of Transcendence.
Explain, describe it.
As Matthias just casually drops from the beast, he proceeds to focus as he begins to levitate 30 meters from the ground. No, not 30 meters, 30 centimeters off the ground with electric lightning, like touching the ground underneath his feet from where he's floating from.
Well, what do I get in penalty to it?
Nothing.
Alright.
Camille and I cloaked because did I move? Does it count this mountain as movement?
Yeah.
Then no modifier.
Got it. Headshots.
Oh, wait.
No dodge.
No dodge. Field.
Energy field.
I did spend the half action to turn it on. Give me the damage.
Oof. Ay, caramba. You take...
And I don't have the armor on.
17 energy damage. 2 penetration to the head.
Okay, let me do some -6.
And you took off your armor.
Yeah, so -6, that's gonna be 4 armor. That's 17?
17. Accurate.
17 minus 4, 13. That, Jesus Christ, I'm heavily wounded already.
Not good. You can feel your head pop backwards as you're flying. And as you look up and touch your forehead, you feel this cold liquid running down your forehead. You look at your hand and it's deep red. You can feel the air sort of whistling past the blood, creating this pleasant, cooling feeling. It's not immediately painful.
Matthias will, yeah, I don't know if it's my turn or not.
That was his prepared action on your turn. Your turn is done as you begin to fly over. Anyone else?
Siegfried will quickly activate his Vox speed, switching over the channel from the private communication channel amongst the warband to a general Imperial frequency, and will quickly say into the microbead, Galanis and Al-Shahud are dead. You waste your time fighting us. It is time to return to the fold. Imperial servant. And we'll wait for a response.
Do an Intimidator command test, minus 50.
Failure minus 7.
No response. Right, your turn is done. He will take aim at you, Deaded Predator.
Yep.
You may not dodge. Energy field.
So anyway, this is how I died. Yeah, hit me.
Left arm.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, go. Wait, left arm? If you tell me again, removing my left arm again, a third time, this will be a third time.
15 energy damage, 2 penetration.
Okay, minus 6, that would be 6 with 16 penetration to.
Yep.
Left arm is plus 30, plus 2 toughness. 10. Ooh, I am on 0.
There. Go ahead, Deaded Predator, it is your turn.
I would like to charge as long as he's closer than. What's the distance from me and the target?
About 50 meters.
Oh, he's within charging distance. I would like to charge as he sees this target that begins to float. He shoots him once in the head. This oozing black liquid comes from the drill that was on his head. He quickly puts another bolt in the chamber, shoots again. The bolt embeds itself in this mechanical hand as both weapons begin to draw, and as he puts his eye in Storm once more, he sees this figure floating across water as ripples of water burst from where his body used to be above it. Dust kicking up as he comes closer and closer and panicking. He is then met with 2 weapons above him. I will proceed to attack him.
Sick.
One hit. Does he try to dodge or something?
Yes, he will. Failure.
Well, power sword misses. He will be hit with the whip as he is most likely lying prone, unable to quickly move from the bite of his whip, receiving a total of. It's too long. 18 penetration 2, and he has to make an agility.
Agility success. 18 pen 2 received.
Is to the chest.
Got it.
Okay, that's me.
Excellent. Rick.
After putting Commissar down, Rick is going to. Actually, he's just going to stay there because he can't even make it across the river. Ready action in case anyone comes for him, and that's it.
Stop looking at YouTube, you fuckhead.
Siegfried.
Right.
Yeah. Siegfried will quickly run over to Rick, seeing Reichardt's unconscious form dripped across his shoulder, will pull out a stem and stab it right into his right buttocks and hit the depressor stud to try and rouse him. As Reichhardt slowly gains consciousness, he gets a backhand slap to the face as Siegfried screams at him, "Tell them to stop firing!" End of turn.
I guess that's it. That's your turns. Alright, you will see a unusual creature appearing from the woods, and you can do a knowledge nature test. To see if you recognize it.
God, no, it's not working. Success with 2 additional.
Sick. 1 moment. This is a Kroot, a mercenary race recruited by the Imperium. Often impulsive. It stands about a half a meter taller than a human. It has a bird-like beak, long quills protruding from its head that looks like hair. It is one of them is on foot and is running very quickly. One of them is riding a huge, ferocious 4-legged beast. He has what looks like a mounted gun on top. You immediately recognize these as mercenaries. They are extremely good at surviving in exotic environments. You immediately get the idea that these people were sent out here to handle these, what you look at as totally primitive animals that have been employed by them. In reality, Kroot can be quite intelligent. You would view them just as savages, and you look at one of them running against you and you realize that his ability to maneuver this terrain really outmatches yours. The sniper will pull out his melee weapon. Actually, he will take a step back and attempt an agility. He succeeds. Oh, Jesus. And he will attempt to shoot you with his sidearm.
How far away does he attempt to shoot me from?
Point blank.
Point blank?
Yep.
I'm gonna use a reaction to use my Medicare method and try to attack him.
Okay.
Wait, with his sidearm? Is it a pistol?
Yep.
Oh,
No, he's not within melee range.
Yeah, it's 3 meters. Point blank is within 3 meters. No, if it's a pistol, I'm not attacking him.
Got it. Hit.
Minus 40 to hit.
Minus 40. Right. Because you charged?
Oh no, minus 20. Minus 20 to hit.
Minus 20.
Yeah, because I charged.
That is gonna be a hit to the what the fuck is what is 90?
Left leg, let's go!
Let's go. Yes, you can dodge. You get a minus 40 to dodge.
Man, that guy rolled well for point blank.
Yup. No, he rolled much better actually. I'm derping on this.
Shit, shouldn't have said that.
You get a
I
minus
should not-
60. You get a minus 60.
I should not have said that. Yeah, no, it's a failure. It's not what I rolled, it's a failure. I will attempt for the thing.
Got it.
He has to make an agility minus 10.
Agility. That is a failure.
He's blinded as he tries to shoot. The force field is finally roused, thinking that this guy doesn't have a force field. I shot him twice and nothing happened. Well, the third time he attempts this, these lightning rounds arcs suck in the kinetic or energy force of his weapon as they lash out like tendrils at his form, blinding his sight for as many degrees of failure. He has +1.
You hear this loud shriek as this looks like a tribal. You can imagine like a huge legs, much taller than you. He's towering over you. Comes just charging at lightning speed straight at you. He's gonna attack.
Is it melee?
Yeah. If you want to dodge, it is. Well, you can buy a shield, I guess.
I would like to parry if it's in melee.
Mm-hmm. Get a. You get a -40.
Success with 1 additional.
Yes. That's gonna be a total of 2 hits. So he is stabbing you with a huge spear. He's holding over you. It's about. It's right above you, and it's like stabbing down at you in your 12. What is 12? Right arm.
If any of them pass, I could brawl field if you want. 12 is right arm.
Yeah. So he's gonna stab into your right arm several times.
He will also have to roll agility. -10.
Success.
He as the first 2 hits are being parried away. The third one reaches for his arm, and once again, as previously, the kinetic forces stop before reaching the arm, and the tendrils of energy reach out to his form. Yet, using this spear, he managed to conduct the electric force into the ground in an enormous display of primitive knowledge. But Matthias isn't fault. He knows Inos do not possess true intelligence. He was just lucky.
Excellent. I forgot he has another melee weapon. Yeah, you can do another.
Yeah, I cannot dodge. This is gonna be purely field.
Shield. Yep.
Fuck. Run, you fools. That's me. That's that hit me.
Okay. He has a Krutok's claw sticking out of his other hand, his one spear in one hand, a claw in the other, and he's going to claw you. And it is a... I believe that is a left arm hit. And that is... Oof. 14 rending damage.
Penetration?
No penetration.
-6. 14 -6. 8.
It is a crude but brutal weapon and is incredibly strong. As soon as the claw hits you, it's like, oh, that's not too sharp of a thing. And then it's like an industrial hinge, just like scratches into your armor. And it's more the pushing itself, the momentum, the weight of it from this huge muscular creature. Its upper body is exposed. You will see veiny, tight muscles. It looks like a kind of a pale orangutan.
Critical 3 on the left arm.
Critical 3 on the left arm.
Rendered.
The attack shreds the target's arms into ribbons, causing the target to scream in pain. He drops anything he's holding in that hand and must make a challenging toughness test. Or else blood loss.
Oh boy, more fatigue. Fuck. Failure with 3 additional.
You have blood loss.
How much?
The mounted Kroot will come running out of the forest. This huge mounted creature. It looks like, well, it looks exactly like this picture. And it is going to scream as the mounted gun is fired. What do you do?
Right, the Omniscient. My field has failed me.
No field?
Now failed.
Okay. You will see the ground, you will see leaves, you will see trees around you explode. Just everything getting hit between your legs. It is very high rate of fire. Couple of the strafing rounds will hit you in the 16.
Right arm.
Right arm. Look up the stats. There it is. Oh my god. Okay, minimum damage so far. That's very, very good. 313. 18. No, sorry. 13 explosive, 5 penetration.
13 explosive, motherfucker.
13 explosive, 5 penetration. This is a heavy gun.
So much is...
What are you at?
You're using math. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm struggling a bit.
Bro, I'm sick and dizzy as fuck. I don't even know where I am.
10, 10.
Crit 10! Here we go. The attack slices clean through the arm. No, that's rending. Explosive. The arm disintegrates under the force of the explosion, taking a good portion of the shoulder and chest with it. The target is sent screaming to the ground. With a mighty bang, the arm is blasted from the target's body, killing the target instantly in a rain of blood droplets. In addition, if the target is carrying a weapon with a power source in his hand, such as a power sword of your chain, then it violently explodes, inflicting a single hit for 1d10 plus 5 damage to a randomly determined hit location to anyone within 2 meters. The target also, if he is carrying any ammunition, all of the ammunition will explode, inflicting a single hit for 1d10 plus 5 impact damage. If the target is carrying any grenades or missiles, they also detonate immediately.
I have a smoke grenade, and that is the power sword that got hit.
Yes. All of you will see a huge explosion. Like, it looks like a Chinese fireworks going on. Just this huge chain reaction. Smoke billowing up in the air. You can hear people shouting and screaming in the horizon. You look over. You notice that the data predator's microbeat is off.
I would like to add, with a plume, after being pretty much hit and shot at quite predominantly, you see like this plume of smoke suddenly be where the where Matthias was, knowing full well that due to the attack type, some of his fumigenic grenades just detonated. As you see this form incomplete form of what Matthias would be being propelled by the explosion of his power sword into the river, washing downstream out of sight.
No, fate?
I'm gonna use a faith to not be captured and come back later when, throw my way out the river and appear back on
Your
the ship.
corpse is floating down the river and washing up somewhere?
Yeah, eventually I'll show up at the ship. Just sure as hell we ain't traveling through there without heavy cavalry.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be a little bit difficult to find, though. You literally disappear from the rest of the group down the river.
Yeah, that's pretty much me for quite some time.
Rika looks at Brad and just says, "Well, it is time to go." And he's just picking up Commissar again and starts running back to the city.
Siegfried will quickly, once again leaving the Vox band on an open Imperial frequency, will say, dial in to the target's far bank of the stream, about 40 meters up from the stream. Check for fire, and we'll see. We'll wait for a reaction from the forces across the stream.
Rick is going to do the sprinting things, and so 68 meters is how far he moves. And that's it. Yeah, that's it for me.
We're gonna round it off there, guys. One last sentence about what you want to do. Anything you want to... The next 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour. Go ahead. Alrighty. I'm gonna say you hang out next to the ship. Go back to the ship. And that's the end of the session.
Very quickly, when they heard that over the frequency, did they flee like they're going to get hit with an artillery?
No reaction.
Oh god. Okay.
Alright, we're gonna run off there. Everybody gets 300 XP. See you next week.
What the... Well, that did not go well at all.
No, it did not.
I would have gone there and helped Bridge, but the river literally kills me. I cannot go there at all.
Literally spent entire time either knocked out or
Actually, I probably would have died with Tavi, but nah, that river says no melee for you. Which is why I ran immediately.
and I thank you for it.
Hey, just be happy that I chugged you along.
See. What do you got? Our fucking field anyway, so screw it. My back is killing me, but
For running more today. It did
Yeah, no
not go
problem,
well
dude.
today.
It was good.
Stuff
It
happened.
was good. We didn't really get that far, but we had a nice little RP session in the town, and
Well, we know the
Killed
mine is guarded. Apparently they did find it, guys. They did.
yeah, but
let's face it, today was all about killing Tavi.
God, I'm so...
Tavi's the only
thanks
one that could
for working with me, everybody. Thanks for leading him there and leaving him alone and running away. You all played your parts beautifully. I really appreciate
You
it.
literally said I had to do a strength thing. I'm not doing that.
To be
Oh, you're like,
fair,
oh no, it's a strength thing. And you're like running back.
to be
Limp twisted into the forest?
Charge into the river, then get dragged like 500 meters away and just get shot while I'm in there. And I can't even dodge because I'm in the river.
I'm writing notes right
I'm
now.
doing that.
Remember to give all a strength test every session. Okay.
Yeah.
To be
I
fair,
probably
I
would've
should have figured out, for
Well-
much as I didn't use it for quite some time, I should have figured out that I can float on water.
What?
All I'm gonna say is, Orden actually sent us all a private DM. Say, let's kill.
I would have won that strength check. Damn it!
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll try my
Um,
best to make my way back.
I guess I stepped away